Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 20 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Hershey Mary. I don't know if I should call you Hershey or you just really like Hershey and your name is Mary, but in any case, thank you so much for the support, Hershey Mary. We really appreciate it and we think you're awesome. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so when we left off yesterday, Casey and Tyler had decided that they want to take out Brett in this double eviction because Brett made the mistake of going to Tyler and saying that it was time to take out either Angela or Casey because they're an obvious duo and the girls would get rid of them in the final four. Okay, so they haven't told Angela yet at that point. They wanted to wait until Thursday morning to tell her because they're afraid that she'll like freak out and blow their cover. Fine. Alright, so then Tyler's trying to set things in motion with Brett because he wants to convince him to throw the HOH and power veto competitions so that they can get rid of him as smoothly as possible. So Brett and Tyler were chatting in the blue bedroom and Tyler's like, I really think that it's way better for me and you not to win this HOH. And Brett's like, he's agreeing. He's nodding his head. No. So Tyler is also saying that he can convince Angela to throw it because, okay, he's trying to tell Brett, we're all going to throw this. We're going to let Sam or JC win this HOH to take out Angela. But he's also telling Brett that the way, what am I trying to say here? He's trying to convince Brett that Angela's throwing it because she thinks that Tyler and Brett are actually going to play for it. So it's like this whole double lie thing going on, or even triple lie. So he's like, yeah, I'll just tell Angela that she already has a lot of blood on her hands and that she should just let either me or you take care of this one. But like, Tyler's just BSing, of course, because Tyler and Angela will be trying for this HOH. So Brett says, it might almost be better if we just win HOH and stick to the plan, meaning put up Sam and JC and then use the veto and use Angela as a pawn for Sam or JC and then just vote her out. Because they were saying, you know, we're going to put up Sam and JC, Sam is the target, but if one of them comes down, Angela or Tyler would be going up as the pawn depending on who wins HOH. So Brett's like, well, you could just, you know, see if it happens, and if it does, we get rid of Angela. If not, whatever. So Brett says that their best case scenario is really JC winning HOH and taking the shot, because then they wouldn't have Casey mad at them and coming after them, and it wouldn't be as big of a deal. So Tyler keeps emphasizing, like, yeah, it's best for someone else to make that move, so we should definitely throw the HOH. Okay, so a little while later, Casey and Tyler spill the beans to Angela in the HOH room because they just couldn't wait any longer. They had to tell her. They were busting. So Tyler says, put on your whisper voice and your seatbelt. Casey says, this can't get out. Even through body language, just remain calm and regular. She's supposed to take her Metamucil? I mean, obviously she doesn't mean that. It just sounded really funny. So Tyler's like, I don't even know how to tell you this, blah, blah, blah. So he's like having trouble even telling Angela what's going on here. So Casey just blurts out, Brett wants to go against the Alliance. And Angela says, I knew it. In the last few days, Angela has been saying she feels like Brett and JC have been acting really weird. She feels like they're up to something. And yeah, she was right. So Tyler says JC has gotten in Brett's head. He's convinced him that you guys, Angela and Casey, are a duo. So Brett felt safe enough with me to tell me that we would have an easier time beating Sam and JC in the final four than you two. So we would need to take one of you out during this double eviction. So again, Angela's like, did I not call this? She doesn't seem that upset. I don't think she's really that surprised. So some of the sting was definitely taken away there. Yeah, she doesn't seem that upset. I mean, obviously she wants to take Brett out now, but it doesn't look like she's going to, like, give it away ahead of time. So Casey admits that this move does make sense for Brett because they were planning on going to the final four and then cutting him right away. So she's like, yeah, I get it. But she also kept calling him little effing bitch. So then Tyler says he's convinced Brett to throw the HOH to Sam or JC. But of course, like I mentioned, Tyler and Angela are not actually going to try to throw this competition. So Tyler says, I'm acting like I'm going to throw it. I'm telling Brett that I'm going to convince you to throw it too. And Casey and Tyler say, we need to strike now, get rid of Brett before he can take a shot at us. And Angela says, game on. She's on board. So then they go over their plan. Tyler and Angela, again, are not actually going to throw the HOH competition. They're hoping one of them will win, put up JC and Sam, and then get Brett to throw the veto, tell him to just let them get all the blood on their hands. Now, I think it's one thing for him to throw the HOH competition, but to get him to throw the veto, he's going to look like a real idiot if he throws this veto, because that's effed up, man. That's effed up. I feel like veto is next level, because why would it really matter if he won the veto, right? I feel like that should really set something off inside his brain. That should definitely motivate him to want to play harder, but we'll see. So then, get him to throw the veto, then have Tyler or Angela or Casey win the veto, use it on JC, put up Brett, and vote him out. Team Fun Feeds. So, they're all pumped up about it, and they're like, whoa, Brett's going to be stuck in the jury house with the whole Hive Alliance. They're going to eat him alive. Oh my God, that's right. So then Angela is also saying she wants to use the goodbye messages for Haley to blame Brett for Haley's eviction. They're going to say that Brett came to them and was claiming that Haley was still saying that she would put up like Tyler and Angela on the block, so they had to vote her out, and it's all his fault. All right, so then, speaking of Haley, Level 6 is continuing to reassure her that she's safe, and it seems like she's buying it. She's like, oh, wow, this is exactly how everybody's been, like, the last 2 weeks, so I feel good. Does she really believe this? There's got to be part of her that's realizing, whoa, I've been blindsided so many times this season. What are the chances that it could happen again? Very high. They are very high. But anyway, JC and Casey were chatting, and JC was lying right to her face. Well, okay, first of all, they agree it's probably going to be a double eviction, which is correct. So JC says he's a little nervous going into this because he doesn't have any deals with anyone. He's just going with the flow. No deals with anyone, really. Then he jokes around. He says he jokes around with Brett a lot. But game-wise, he has no idea what's going on in Brett's head. Again, like, what? Okay, so obviously JC does not know about Level 6 and that Brett's involved with that. But JC thinks that he knows Brett's whole game. So that is a straight-up lie. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm worried that if Brett wins HOH, he might even put me up. Who do you think you're fooling right now? Casey must have just been like, okay. So then JC said he is worried that if Angela wins HOH, she would potentially put him up on the block next to Brett because she thinks they're working together. Again, he says that's not the case. It's a little late to try and distance yourself from Brett now. Sorry, man. But Casey and JC promise each other that if one of them ends up on the block, they're not going to vote each other out. Okay. So then later, Haley checks in with JC and she's like, I want to know where your head's at. What are you thinking for the vote? She says that people have been reassuring her that she's safe and she feels really good about it. So JC's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I got to talk to people myself, blah, blah, blah. He's BSing her. He knows he's voting her out. But she asked JC to let her know if he hears any differently because she just really does not want to be blindsided. He says he will let her know. He'll know what people are doing more tomorrow morning because he's pretending like people make up their minds on Thursday morning. This was decided weeks ago. But again, he says he still has to talk to people. Just freaking tell her, man. What difference is it going to make if you tell her now? Alright, so last night, okay, I have a Tangela update for you guys. Last night, Tyler and Angela exchanged I love yous for the first time. They were like sharing secrets with each other, and Angela said it first. She was like, I'm in love with you. And he was like, oh my god, we have the same secret. So It was really sweet, and it was really surprising that she said it first. I was like, damn, girl, good for you. But it was a really sweet moment, and I feel like they're legit, so it's nice to see. Do I think this is going to change Tyler's final two situation? No. I think he's still loyal to Casey first, which I think is a big mistake. But I don't think he's letting this get in the way of his decisions here, even though it would make more sense for him to go with Angela because he has a better chance of beating her in the final two. He's just missing that part though, man. He is blindly loyal to Casey. Okay, so today, this morning, Big Brother showed the house guests some video clips to study for the HOH competition while the feeds were down. It's not looking good for Brett. He does not remember all the information. He says that he was like having too much fun watching these clips and laughing. He doesn't remember the order. I think he might have even been missing one of the clips or something. And level 6 is not helping him at all. They're being really vague when he's asking questions, and oh no. Angela and Tyler, studying a lot. Brett might even be throwing this competition. Oh my god. So he better hope he wins that veto or his ass is grass. JC and Sam, looks like they're going to wing it. Sam says she tried so hard to study for the last memory competition like this and it didn't get her the win, so she's just going to see what happens. And JC is like, I don't do well in these. So he's like, whatever. So there wasn't much going on after the lockdown today. Double eviction is tonight, though. It's going to be crazy no matter what happens. It seems like Haley thinks that she's staying. And Brett does not realize the danger that he's in. That's going to be a real slap in the face. Oh, oof. Okay, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who do you want to go during this double, and who do you want to win the second HOH? Let me know, and until tomorrow, much love.